Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at the new Fourth Element Surface Wetsuit. So this is a 4mm/3mm wetsuit, but very different to a lot of scuba diving wetsuits. This is more akin to a surfing wetsuit, but the main selling point is how environmentally friendly this suit is. It's made out of Ulex, which is a grown material, and it means it's not petroleum based or anything. Everything down to the glue is sort of water based, so it's much more environmentally friendly, and it's a very different kind of left turn from most traditional scuba diving wetsuits. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is what actually arrives at your front doorstep. So it comes in a nice bag, fabric bag. This has a decent sort of heavy canvas feel to it, so you can reuse this for whatever you want, whether it is keeping your wetsuit contained between dives and sort of long-term storage if you want to sort of fold it up, or if you want to use it as a laundry bag, you can do whatever you want. It's got Fourth Element on the front. On the back, it's just a plain bag and that drawstring at the top just to sort of close that opening. On the inside, if I get the wetsuit out and put the bag to one side because there's nothing else inside of that. So the wetsuit, you get a little label on the front that just breaks down a few sort of interesting things about the suit, and that's it. So let's take a closer look at the suit itself. Right, so taking a closer look at the suit itself. So the first thing is that this is a very sort of almost a grey navy kind of colour to it. Instead of the traditional black wetsuit, this has that a more sort of bluish hue to it. So it's a little different. It's going to stand out. Starting up around the neck. So the neck seal is kind of raw cut around the edge, and then on the inside we have a glide skin material. So this material is great at sticking against your skin and creating a sort of almost watertight barrier to slow the water from actually getting in. But the only zipper on this wetsuit is right here across your chest, just in front of your neck. So that's it's great because your zipper is where it's for water ingress is going to sort of occur through the zipper, and it reduces the flexibility. So you actually want the smallest zipper possible, and this is about as small as you can get a zipper on a wetsuit, and it means that you actually have more layers sort of over that zipper to prevent that water ingress. So opening it up, we have this little tab which stops that zipper from opening whilst it's in the water. So undo that little popper, and then the plastic zipper opens up, and then underneath that you'll see where the neoprene continues, and then you have that sort of second layer of neoprene underneath it. I'll show you it inside out in a moment. I just want to show you the outside of the suit. You have this sort of bungee loop here, which if you pull on that, you can see it kind of tightens that seal just over your shoulder. So again, you've got that glide skin material just acting to help prevent water from flushing in underneath that flap there. Now, blind lock stitching throughout this wetsuit, so that means that the stitching only goes sort of halfway through the neoprene before doubling back, so it doesn't allow water to get through. And these are also glued using a water-based glue, so a bit more environmentally friendly. The logo as well, so this is printed on with a, I believe it's a water-based ink as well, so again, it's much more environmentally friendly. Moving down the suit, big open panels, limited stitching, which just allows it to stretch. Not as stretchy as a traditional neoprene. If you did have this against a one of the sort of the modern neoprenes, it's not as stretchy, but it does still have a certain amount of flex in it, so you can move around perfectly fine inside of it. That's why you have those big open panels, because as soon as you add a stitch, it limits the amount of stretch that you have in that area, so you want big open panels. And then moving down to the knees, you have this detailing, which again is environmentally friendly, but this is protecting the suit from the usual wear and tear on the knees. and on the opposite side you have these compressed sections which just allow your sort of your leg, your knee to ergonomically bend a bit easier because you have that compressed section. And then down at the bottom of the ankles you have again just a raw clean cut across there. You have that little sort of dip for your ankles, so it's a bit more comfortable, and it just sort of marries with boots a little bit easier. If I get the cuffs on both wrists, again similar to the bottom of the ankles, that sort of raw cut, and then on the inside you actually have a sort of a silicone seal to stop water from sort of flushing in. But I'll show you that on the inside in a moment. If I just flip the suit around to see the back, you'll see the logo on the back is just sort of embossed or compressed into it. So again, no inks going into that. Again, making it a very environmentally friendly, but very subtle branding on this. It doesn't have Fourth Element screaming all over it. Yeah, let's take a look at the inside. Now, on the inside of the surface, you'll see a more kind of a brighter electric blue lining on this, so it's a bit sort of brighter, and you'll start to see these dots at key points, at key joins. So this is like taping the seam, and it just allows that sort of three-way join just to have a bit more strength and rigidity, or not rigidity, just allowing that to be a bit stronger on the inside. You'll see these seams, you don't see any kind of stitching. That's how blind lock stitch works. You'll see it on here because it will be a double blind lock, one on each side, but you don't see any stitching, so that's preventing the stitch from going all the way through the neoprene and allowing water to get through, so that's going to help keep you sort of warmer for longer. But the overall lining throughout the entire suit is just a traditional lining. It is made from recycled materials, so post-consumer plastic bottles and whatnot. I think it's about 95% recycled materials, which is fantastic. But there's no sort of fluffy sort of piling to it to actually trap the water and kind of slow it down. You don't have that sort of modern sort of internal lining, especially around the chest. It's just a standard lining, which makes it more for warm water diving especially. Around the cuffs, this is that detailing that I was mentioning earlier. So this is more of a sort of a silicone print on the inside of the cuffs, and that just helps slow the water down. It kind of grabs onto your skin and just slows the water down from flushing up those sleeves and up those ankles and actually just flooding the suit. So it does work to keep you that much warmer for longer. Okay, so that's the Fourth Element surface wetsuit. So this is the main selling point is in that environmentally friendly standing on it. Everything about it is about as eco-friendly as it can be. It's more designed for the snorkeling, surface water sports, hence the name, the surface. In that you can take it scuba diving. I'd be happy taking it scuba diving, but it doesn't have the same sort of protected areas over the shoulders that you'd have on most scuba diving wetsuits to protect the wetsuit from wear and tear. But you can take it scuba diving if you want to, but it's more designed for your snorkeling, your free diving, and your kind of your surfing, stand-up bodyboarding and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the main selling point is in that environmentally friendly stance on it, in that everything down to the ink is environmentally friendly. The neoprene that it's made from, the lining made out of recycled plastic bottles and whatnot. Yeah, it's a nice wetsuit. There's going to be far more information on our website, simplyscuba.com. There's going to be a link down in the description below where you can check it out. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.